Okay, so continuing our exploration of the substitution method, let's take a look at yet another example. So let's solve, and let me do my two color equations again. 3x plus y equals 8, call this equation number 1, and then 6x plus 2y equals to 9. Let's call this equation number 2. So again, we have to solve one of those equations for one of the letters. So let's see. It's pretty easy to solve that first one for y. The second one does not have any good options to solve for, because I'd either have to divide by 6 or by 2, and neither of those numbers divide the other numbers cleanly. So I'm going to take 1. I'm going to use equation 1 to solve for y. So 3x plus y equals to 8 minus 3x minus 3x. We get y equals 8 minus 3x. And I'm going to substitute that into the second equation. So 6x plus 2y equals to 9. And so instead of y, I'm going to put this in. So that gives me 6x plus 2 using parentheses equals to 9. So then we get 6x, let's distribute here, plus 16 minus 6 equals to 9, and the x's again cancel, and I end up by getting 16 equals to 9. Now, again, recall this situation from solving equations, when the variables canceled and you got a false result. This meant there was no solution. And that is what's going on here as well. There is no solution to this system, right? The lines are parallel and do not meet. Okay, it's also known as inconsistent. Okay, so we've seen now 3 situations. We learned to identify them. So in this case, we can identify because you have no variables and statement is false. Okay, so when it's dependent, in the last video we saw a situation where it was dependent, where it was the same line, we had an infinite number of solutions, also had no variables, but the statement was true. Right? So learn to identify them, you memorize these markers, so that way when you come across this situation, you know what's going on. Right? All right, that's it for the substitution method. So next up, we'll take a look at the next way in which we can solve a system of equation. The addition method, also known as the elimination method.